Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 241 Special Podcast. My name is Randall, and with me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself, man. Y'all go ahead and say what up to these folks, man.
What's up?
What
What's up?
up?
All right, everybody. Now, welcome back. Now, welcome back to another episode. Now, on today's episode, we can. It's a lot to talk about, and I I was right about both of the things that we were gonna talk about. So was you guys too, though. But Dad, I'm gonna let you pick the first one. Do you want to talk about Josh Allen choking, or do you want to talk about Indiana? Where you want to start at? Where you want to start at?
Let's start with Indiana.
Indiana. All right, go ahead and talk to these folks.
Well, um, on yesterday, when we were recording, as of yesterday, Indiana won the national championship. Not how I thought they were going to win. I really thought they were going to blow out Miami. I thought it wasn't even going to be close. But Carson Beck did what Carson Beck does, and so all playoff, I've been noticing he's been getting away with it because they've been getting pass interference calls. He shorts a lot of throws. He shorts a lot of throws. So I was like, at some point it's gonna come back to bite him. And sure enough, when they needed him the most, the last drive, he shorts a ball and gets intercepted. So it was a good game. Mendoza played pretty good. The running back from Miami played really good. Mendoza tried to Mendoza sold for his team, like not selling as like he was doing bad, but he gave up his body for one play when he jumped into the end zone. He even had to go to the tent afterwards for that. But all in all, it was actually a good game. It was actually a good playoffs for college football outside of the what we talked about last week or the week before last with the seeding and everything. But
Right.
I thought it was pretty good.
What you think?
um, I think I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I thought maybe Indiana would be up maybe a touchdown, maybe two, instead of it being a 3-point game that it was. But both defenses decided to show up and show out in that game, so that's what happened. But I mean, I have been saying it the whole entire time, like the whole season. I said you just can't trust Carson Beck. You couldn't trust him at Georgia, and I knew you couldn't trust him in Miami. And even though they did win those games up into the finals, I knew for a fact that eventually Sid the Sloth was going to lose them that game, and he did. He threw that interception, and it was over.
Wow, time out. Why are you calling him? Why are you calling him Sled Assault?
Because that's what he looked like. He looked like the sloth from Ice Age.
Okay.
You obviously haven't seen the memes. He looked like it. He looked they.
No, I seen the memes, but I just wasn't expecting that for you.
I mean, he looked straight like it. I'm sorry. Uh, but yeah. I'm not surprised. And then I know a lot of people are saying he gonna go high in that the QB draft this year, and I'm just like, I hope he gets on a team that can like. It's weird to say develop because he's like 26 years old, I think, right?
Somewhere around there.
So it's kind of weird to say develop, but I think what will happen to him in the long run, he will be a journeyman quarterback, probably.
Carson Beck, you saying?
Yeah.
No, he's not even like his draft prospects is probably really low.
Round three,
Probably go.
round four.
Yeah,
I,
I don't see him ever being a starter in the.
I know this is like early, but other than Fernando, what other quarterback would you take out this draft since Dante Moore decided to stay at Oregon.
True.
Next year is going to be good. You got Arch Manning supposedly coming out. Uh, Yo how we'll see how good Byron what is it, Byron Brown? Yeah, Byron Brown, who's at Auburn now. We see how good they will be. Oh, you have Alabama quarterback coming out, Ty Simpson. I feel like his draft stock should be low. And depending on how if Ole Miss gets there, um, doesn't get their way with the NCAA, Trinidad Chambliss, I guess we'll have to declare for the draft since he won't be able to get another year. So
He like his thing, like the Ole Miss guy, like he should be eligible for another year because like his thing is like it's weird because he did a D2 year where he didn't play, because he was injured, and somebody forgot to redshirt him or do something, and he ended up getting screwed out of that. And that's why he's asked for extra year because he said it's not my mistake, and so that's the problem with that. So like he really is like not doing good. Like that thing is not his fault. So like the appeal should work for him.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We just gotta, you know.
All right, hold on. Because as I'm about to give my thoughts, I'm finna send it to you guys. This is breaking news. Y'all look at the group chat. Cause I just seen. I don't know if y'all probably seen it already.
Oh yeah,
You
he got
see-
hired by the Chargers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just not seen it. So how we? I'm gonna speak on the college football, but how we feel about this? So Dad, tell the folks what I just sent in the group chat.
Mike McDaniel is just hired to the Chargers as their offensive coordinator.
So how we feel about that?
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't want to be a head coach. Maybe he doesn't like the jobs right now.
Cause wasn't he originally offensive coach?
Yeah, he's definitely an offensive coach.
Yeah.
He is an offensive minded coach. I'm surprised that like he didn't I'm surprised that I'm not surprised he turned down the Browns. I'm not surprised by that. Because it's just messy over there right
Yeah,
now. That's
yeah,
what it is. It's
yeah.
just messy. I am surprised he didn't hold out for the Ravens before he took this job. Because, or the Bills. Because working with Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen would be appealing. But I guess being an offensive coordinator for Justin Herbert is appealing. I guess I don't think so.
Is it? I'm about to say, is that really appealing?
I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it. But
So I know he was up for the Ravens one, and they say he was up for the Browns, and then he took his name out of the Browns one, which, like you said, nobody would really blame him for doing.
no.
And then I know he was up for the Ravens, and then I can't remember what the third one he had. They said he had already interviewed for, but I don't think it was the Bills. I think it was.
Maybe it was the Falcons before it got taken.
No, it was somebody else. It was somebody still.
Raiders.
It was the best. It was the Raiders. So I can understand you not wanting to go to the Raiders or the Browns, but the Lamar one, the Ravens, I feel like that would have been a great. You have Lamar and Derrick Henry. But maybe he has realized, just saying, that he's not a head coach. I mean, he's a great offensive coordinator, but he's not head coach material. And then again, it could just be he doesn't like any of the teams. But like I said, if he had a real shot at the Ravens one, I can't see why you wouldn't take that one.
So what also throws me off about this, because maybe he's taking the Cliff Kingsbury approach, and he's saying that I'm going to be offensive coordinator for a couple of years and then find another job that's better. But Cliff did that. He left us. He still hasn't been hired anywhere yet. So I don't know if he's still thinking that's going to work or like what's going on.
I agree with LJ. To be honest with you, I think he was just trying something new, trying to see how the head coaching job was, and then later on, as he was doing it, he probably like, yeah, this ain't for me. Let me just go back to my roots and be back to the and do a coordinator job. Cause I was surprised, to be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I thought he was finna get that Lions job, and then either they turned him down, he would draw. I forgot. It was on my page though. It was 1 or 2, and then today or just like right now, he took the job at
The Chargers.
The Chargers. So, but like I said, he that's one thing I can say. He is a good offensive coordinator. That much we can all agree upon.
Right.
So he probably like, you know what? Let me just go back to what I know best. I tried this head coaching stuff. To be honest with you, at first it was fun, but later on down the road, I just don't see myself doing it. So let me just go back to what I'm known for best. So I ain't mad at him. He going back to his roots. So shoot, I won't blame him.
So like, if we're being honest, like he did get to a big contract by having him play good, So it's like, it's not like he's not a good offensive minded coach,
Right.
But once people start figuring out Tua, then he had no really combat for that, which is that's the part that I don't like about it though.
I got you. So, but like I said, he going back to what he knows best.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go. What am I about to say? Go back to the Indiana so I can get my thoughts. I called it we all called it when we was on here, the last episode. We all agreed upon if Indiana blow out Oregon, they gonna win the whole thing. And lo and behold, they blow them out or no?
Third quarters.
I forgot the score. But anyways, they was doing them wrong, and when I saw that last score, I was like, yeah, Indiana gonna win the whole thing. Them boys just look hungry. The QB look good. Not too many players on their team was hurt. Everybody that I know of that star players look healthy. Nobody was hurting anything. That team was fully healed and healthy from offense to defense. And when I seen them do what they did at Oregon, I'm like, bro, there's no way, no, they gonna take the whole thing, and they did that. So, but the QB, is he going to the league or what he doing? He going to the league? Because at first, before like around the I want to say beginning of the college football playoffs, he was like he had no idea or reason to go to the draft. That's why everybody was clowning his LinkedIn profile, because they were like, yeah, at first of the season he didn't think he gonna be this good. That's why he got this LinkedIn profile. So he did say he was going to the league now.
Yes.
Fernando Mendoza is going to the league.
Okay.
He will be the first one off the board more than likely.
So how y'all feel about that? He went from everybody joking him about his LinkedIn profile to potentially probably going to top 5 in the first round.
You know what? He deserved it. You play that good, you do that good in college, especially your last year. All eyes gonna be on you. You play through the pressure. You show that you're tough, because Miami was hitting them all game long. So and you pull through and you won the game. That's what NFL scouts like to see. So he's probably gonna go number 1 to the Raiders, which
I can see that.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, that got.
Damn.
But it's deserved. So.
LJ, what's your thought?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be like the first QB off the board, or at least he should be.
Right.
And like I was just saying earlier, I don't know other than Ty Simpson, and I think I had named another quarterback. Other than those three, I don't really know who else is coming out in this draft class quarterback rise. Next year will be a really crazy quarterback class because that's going to have Arch Manning, that's going to have the quarterback from Auburn, and a couple other. And Dante Moore should be leaving after that. So that next draft class, or the 27 draft class, should be really really good next year. Um, so I was just thinking, like, do you really take a quarterback in the first round if it's not Mendoza?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I 100% agree with what you saying. Like outside of Mendoza, the quarterback's not going because what you have Ty Simpson. I got a list right here. The Ole Miss quarterback, if he doesn't come back, go back. Um, Carson Beck,
Yeah.
um, K. Klubnik from Clemson,
Oh, he finally get another there?
Garrett Nassemeyer,
No.
LSU,
Yeah,
and
no.
Taylor Green from Arkansas.
Yeah, no. You would not take a quarterback.
No. So, in fairness, this is a great year for him to come out, Mendoza,
Yes.
because it's like the law of supply and demand, and he's the one that they need to. He's the number one quarterback in here, and a team could trade with the Raiders to trade up and get him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm being honest. Like, he's going to be the most sought after quarterback because, for whatever reason, teams get like real like anxious when there's a quarterback on the board and the team needs a quarterback. So they start drafting people early and stuff like that. You saw with Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins. It's like just a bunch of other quarterbacks who had no business being drafted in the first round. Mitch Trubisky, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so like it. So outside of Mendoza, that's the only real like person. Like I do like Taylor Green for his athleticism, but like I don't believe in him as a quarterback right now though.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, that's why they were clowning old dude who was going back to Oregon, because they were like, this is the year for you to go to the draft if you're a QB, because the QB class is so weak this year. And then they were like, I forgot the dude's name, but the Patrick Mahomes clone, as everybody call him. How he
Dylan Raiola.
Yeah, how he was declared to go to Oregon, and they were like, the dude who was supposed to go to the draft this year, but he was too scared to enter. Well, he wasn't scared. He didn't want to enter, allegedly. He didn't want to enter it because he was scared that he was going to go to the Raiders. That's why he went back to Oregon. And they were like, yeah, he may lose his starting position because of old dude who's coming in, but they saying that he's the starting
No,
QB now.
not, Dylan Raiola just got himself another year in the college football, so he's gonna be there 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he was gonna go there and be the starter, but he's like, and dude came back, but he said he's not transferring out, Dylan Raiola. So it's like, you know what? Go there and be a star. You know, go there and sit a year, learn how to be a better quarterback because he was good at Nebraska. You know, it wasn't great, but he was good.
Right.
So he could go there and get treated like Justin Herbert, the one who I can't remember who just left there last year. Dylan Gabriel, who got drafted from there. He can get himself drafted, but it's a matter of how good is he actually going to be.
That's one thing I will say. If you're a QB, and I think I said this on a previous podcast, if you're a QB, if you can, go to Oregon. Because I don't know who their QB coaches is, whoever they got that be training them QBs, but they get them right over there. QB
They do.
wise.
100%.
So even though depending on, and I hope this don't have to. If the guy who going back to Oregon, if he don't get hurt due next year, who gonna be starting 2027, he gonna be a problem. Cause like you said, he already making noise in Nebraska, Everybody was clowning him because he allegedly looked like Patrick Mahomes, which he do, and he was doing,
He does it on purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he know what he know. He going to Oregon, getting his training on. In 2027, yeah, he gonna be a problem. He gonna be a problem. But if the dudes, and I hope this don't happen, if he get hurt and he do start, then we just go for that. But if he stay off that whole year and then he come in and start next year, yeah, Oregon gonna be a problem. But like I said, if you a QB, that'd be the first spot I try to go to is Oregon, because all the QBs out of Oregon, they some danger.
They're very dangerous. They bring the best features out of every quarterback they get.
Right.
I mean, he got Justin Herbert, like the great hope in L.A. I mean, outside of breaking his ankle, Bo Nix, he was balling out of there too. He took him to the AFC Championship game too. Bad. I mean, sorry that he broke his ankle, but
Right.
And if we're being honest, he didn't even have that good of a game.
You talking about Bo Nix?
Yeah.
He never have a good game, but nothing. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What you gotta say?
No, because it's gonna sound mean, and I don't want to sound mean. He just broke his ankle. His team going in without him.
The defense carried him through that game.
The defense been carrying him through every game.
I told y'all it's gonna be the Patriots and Seattle.
The defense. Is
No,
CJ Stroud.
you had a chance. Unless Auburn, unless the Broncos defense can score 10 points, I don't see how you win that game with Jerry Stidham.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I watched Jared Stidham. I watched because he was the quarterback that came in after Bo Nix left. I remember watching Jared Stidham. Jared Stidham was not good. Did not look good at all. So I thought Jared Stidham had gotten out of the league. So when I found out today that he was still in it, I'm calling me shocked, and let alone be on the Broncos. So yeah, it's gonna be a beatdown. I really don't. No, it's not. It's not gonna be a beatdown because that defense is gonna keep them in it. But is that offensively, it's gonna look like the 49ers game this past weekend.
Yeah.
So, I want to point out too that we literally almost had in the championships game, Bo Nix, Drake May, and Caleb Williams. We almost had 3 people from the first round of last year's draft, quarterbacks, in the championship game. So, but
Hey, they talking how they want the QBs coming in. Just give them a year or two. Boom, look what happened.
yeah,
But so that begs to differ. Now Caleb Williams not, but I think Drake May and Bo Nix played technically extra years in the college.
right.
If I'm not mistaken. So does it, with how college football is starting to be, because basketball's not like this, and can't tell you about baseball. You really only see in college football where people are starting to stay 7 years now. Would you rather get a quarterback that's been in college for like 7 years? He's 26, 27 years old.
Not 26, 27. I
Here-
wouldn't take that. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. If I was in an office and I'm looking for a QB, like I'm gonna say right now, just from the QBs that we got, if I'm in an office talking over everybody, I say, okay, looking at all the QBs who stayed in college for 7 years, how well are they doing right now in the NFL? I'll go from there. If you got a very decent O-line I don't care if you 26, 27, 28 coming in. Long as that online is good, you can have somebody coming in. They can retire. They can give you 15 to 18 years. Cause I forgot the old dude who came back. I forgot his name from Indianapolis. I forgot his name. The coach that was from Alabama who came back.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
The high school coach,
Philip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers. I had his name, but it disappeared. He 40. He 40. He around his
It was
40s.
44.
45, ain't it?
44, 45. He came back. He got some sacks and all that stuff. He can't run for nothing in the world, but he at least he throw the ball. So I'll say this: if these quarterbacks that's been in college for 7 years come to the league, and 2 to 3 years later are taking my team to the division round, to the Super Bowl, I'm 100% okay with it. Just give you a good, decent O-line, then he'll give you about 10, 15, maybe 18 years. And then boom. So my answer is, if they keep on, if the QBs that staying 7 years in college, if they coming in the league, they garbage, okay, they garbage their first year. They second year, they give you to the first round. That third year, you damn near at the Super Bowl. That's what I'm looking for. I'm always gonna keep on looking for a 7-year QB. Cause if a QB that been in college for a year or two go to the league, in about 5-6 years in the league, he ain't getting me nowhere close to the goddamn wild card. But a 7-year QB who came in the same class as that QB, that first round QB, that's only had a year or two in college football. If he give me a sorry year that first year, but the second year he give me to the wild card, third year he give me close to the Super Bowl, every year I'm giving me a 7-year QB after that. If that's how they, if that's what happens every time you get a 7-year QB, like y'all said, look at him, Bo Nix, he been there. This is third year. Now look, second year. Now look what he got. You know what I'm saying? Bryce Young, he been there close to 3-4 years.
3 years.
3 years. Now look at him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Cause he was the first rounder. Bo, I forgot what round Bo went in.
He went in the first round.
He went in the first round too, but still Bo staying there 7 years. I think Bryce staying there like 3 or 4 years, something like that. So like I said, if a 7-year can do that, take me to the final, and then Bryce Young, even though he took me to the wild card, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it.
So I'm gonna say this. Now more than ever, so before there was NIL, quarterbacks were coming out faster because they were broke.
Yeah.
They needed the money, and the NFL is where they won't get paid. So now there's more incentive to stay and hone your craft more, to get better. Because again, last year's draft class, NIL was already good and flowing then. You have Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix. All of them are doing pretty good. JJ McCarthy's doing all right. Michael Penix is not so great right now, but still, that's it. It was 6 quarterbacks drafted the first round. 4 of them were doing pretty good. Outside of Caleb, all of them were like extended stays, you could say. Like they stayed at least all 4 years at the very minimum.
Right.
So because you have NIL now, because you can make that, you can make NFL money without being in the NFL. You can get. It's not really NFL money because if you're a first round pick, you're getting a lot more. But if you're in if you're projected second, third round, you stay for the extra year because you're still a top quarterback in college. You know what I'm saying? So you could still get paid a few $1 million and just be like, I'll stay for a year, get my stock up, play a lot better, and go from there.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think, OJ?
I I don't know. I really don't. I think it's an interesting conundrum to get into because when you're either gonna get a young product that is unrefined but can become great, or a more refined product that's already in the middle of their prime. So it's kind of just hard to see which one is better, to me at least. Um, but I guess I'll have to be like you and say if it starts to show that consistently these quarterbacks who are having these more prolonged seasons in college are going into their 6 or 7 years are doing better, then um, I think if I was like a person in charge of like a team or whatever, the GM, if I was the GM, I really have to think about it and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get me a 7 year quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Just make sure he got a good personal trainer, good line on him, and just make sure he eat healthy, and boom. He, like I said, he get to about 40, damn near 45 years old in the league. Just look at Tom Brady. He even though he early on in his career he was getting hit very hard. I think in one of his little podcast interviews or something, I forgot which one. He was like one of the reasons why he was able to stay in the league so long is because he had like a good line. So like I said, I don't care if they started from here on out, depending on how many 7 year QBs is staying in college. Let's say we get 5 7 year QBs, and then we get 5 QBs who've been in there for a year or two. Out of the QBs who've been in there for a year or two, one of them took their team to the wild card. Out of the 5 QBs that's been in there for 6 7 years, 4 of them took them to the wild card, with 2 of them taking them close to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and just stay with a 7 year QB and just like I said, just make sure he get a good trainer, personal chef, make sure the line's straight, and then just make sure he get some meat on his bones. So if the line break, he can take them hits and he be okay. Then boom. Hey, I'm gonna keep on looking at them 7 years. So, but speaking of QBs, LJ, we got to talk about it. Rumors are floating around, and I believe this is true. Aaron Rodgers not coming back.
Good.
So what QB we got for the Steelers?
You go trade for one, or you just use Mason Rudolph for the next year.
Do you believe in him? That's the question.
No, you take
Oh.
you tank for Arch Manning next year.
Ooh, you think he gonna go to the Steelers though? If we do
If
that,
he gets drafted,
but will you? Do you? Well, what? You got a point. He got no choice.
I mean, if you think if you're saying is he going to do it, Eli, it might happen. It's the Mannings. They're the only team to successfully do that.
Yeah.
So it could happen, but I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I really don't. But I don't. It depends on who becomes the head coach there.
Right.
I think it truly depends on who becomes the head coach there. Because I say this: if Mike Tomlin was still the head coach there, I think they go and try to get Shador.
We've been said that from the beginning. They should have got Shador.
They should have drafted him.
They
Yes.
should have got Shador, have him shadow Rodgers. Then that mean he would have a mentor from Tom Brady and Rodgers, and then boom,
Yes.
you got your starting QB next year.
Yes.
Now you don't even, now you're not scrambling to find a QB. I'd say that since he got drafted, but that's the Steelers. The Steelers wanted Aaron Rodgers. They know damn well he wasn't finna come back. Now they not only are they looking for a head coach, now they looking for a starting QB. And Dad, what you want to say? Because I know you want to say something.
So my thing is it depends who they get as a coach. Because if it is who like this rumored to be like Brian Flores, he's not gonna tank for nobody. So like
That's true.
He just said that straight out the way.
no, because he had a chance to take for like Tua that 1 year, and they ended up getting to it, but he was never big on Tua. But he said he doesn't take and tight, and I think Brian Flores would be perfect for Pittsburgh, but that's a whole nother conversation. But as far as like QBs, if worst case scenario, because I'm not reaching for a quarterback to draft this year. I trade for Kyler maybe.
Kyler?
Yeah,
Not
Kyler.
Shadir?
You think the Browns gonna give up
I'm
Shadur?
gonna say sure they ain't going nowhere.
It depends who be their head coach. I think
Yeah.
obviously.
But like I'll trade for Kyler. Yeah, that's the move I would make.
Like we all said, they knew from the get go, Aaron Rodgers was not going to stay there no more than 2 years, no more. And I'm pretty sure they already knew that this may have been his last year, maybe because that's the reason why they only gave him a 1 year contract. So they knew that going into the 2026 season that he may not be in the Steelers, let alone may not even be in the league. So why they didn't get I don't know. They should have got Shador, have him shadow Aaron Rodgers, and then depending on how good Aaron Rodgers was for the last 3 games, have Shador start, go from there. But you know that's we don't work in the office, so why they doing this I don't know. Now they looking for a QB, now they looking for a goddamn head coach. So that's they'll figure something out. So on that, but we gotta talk about it though. We gotta talk about it because this was the damn near main topic last podcast. Josh Allen. That you've been watching football longer than us. LJ, you can go after that. What the hell happened to Josh Allen? Was that a catch? Was that an interception? Should they won? The floor is all yours, Dad.
So, to answer your initial question, I personally believe that was a catch. He caught it, came down with it. It got loose once he already started coming down with it, and the knee had hit, but he was still in control. I believe it was a catch. Having said that, Josh Allen had 4 turnovers in the game. He had 4 turnovers in the game, in a game that needed every single point that you could get. The turnover before half, I don't know what he was doing, but he turned the ball for half. He got 3 extra points going into halftime, and the Broncos did. So people are making excuses for him, talking about he don't have good receivers. When you have 4 turnovers, I'm looking at you, Josh Allen. You choked. So this was supposed to be your year. This was supposed to be like, what excuse is it now? Like, what was the excuse? You had a good running back. Your receivers were doing pretty decent. It was you who turned the ball over 4 times. So outside of everything, he is not only is he a playoff choker, it's hard to consider him a top quarterback in his league right now, to be honest, because he only gets you so far. So
Right. LJ, what you gotta say?
So I'm gonna be the reverse of that. Only on that catch. At first, I thought it was an incomplete pass because I thought he came down, didn't have full control of that ball when he came down. And then when they said it was picked off, I thought that was weird. I just thought it was an incomplete pass. I didn't think the dude had took the ball away from him, or if anybody really had control of it. But sure, I'm gonna let that one play out. See what happens with that later. See if they say anything about that. But I just thought it was an incomplete pass. But that does go back to the fact on which I do agree with that is it's on Josh Allen. You don't throw 4 interceptions in the first half and win a game. That's just not possible. Now, did he almost come back? Yeah, he did, and it was really crazy that he almost came back. But you are at least 50% of the reason why your team lost. Like, sure, your defense started to crash out at the end. That was bad. You're right. You brought your team back. That is also true. But you also are the one who put your team in that position. So, you really were just fixing the mistake they did. That's it. A lot of people were blaming the defense, and I was just like, yeah, you can blame the defense. You can definitely, but you still, if I'm dealing out blame, I'm only giving like 30% of the blame to the defense. 50, half of this game is because of Allen, and it just goes to show you it does not matter that it is not that he just loses to Mahomes and the Chiefs. He usually do, but that's not the only reason. He's just a choker when it's a big time game. That's it.
I've been saying this since the beginning of the playoffs. If Josh Allen had one of the toughest lanes or ways, however you want to say it, to get to the Super Bowl. Jacksonville, he got lucky. They got an interception. He got lucky. I truly believe Trevor Lawrence would have probably brought the team back if he didn't get that interception. He got lucky there. Then you have Denver. If he would have beat Denver, then you got the Patriots. If he wouldn't, and if somehow he would have beat the Patriots, you got Seattle. I just don't see nobody beating Seattle right now. So I'm saying Seattle for the other side. By the time he would have reached Seattle, that team would have been tired, beaten up, sore, because you facing one, the first seed. I think Patriots the second seed too over there. I could be wrong. But either way go, you facing some very good teams. That team would have been tired, beaten up by the time they even touched Seattle. Seattle, I don't know what they fed them boys in Seattle, but this team looked crazy. I don't know what they doing. They hungry. They really want this. I just didn't see it. But I'll tell you this much: if he would have won the Super Bowl, if he wouldn't have won this Super Bowl this year, then he had been a great QB. Because the road to the Super Bowl for Buffalo would have been one hell. It was hell on earth for them. But I called it in the beginning when I saw them face Jacksonville and how they almost let them claim back, but the defense got that stop. I was like, yeah, he ain't going too far. I just can't see it. But not only that, now you got Lamar. If his team stay healthy, then you got Burrow. If they team stay healthy, then now you got Bo Nix. Depending on when he come back, if they team stay healthy, then now you got the Patriots depending on if their team stay healthy. It's so now it just so it's too many teams now on that side for Buffalo. I just don't know. They quote unquote saying, and then I'm gonna let y'all get y'all opinion on this. They think it's the head coach that's the problem. That's why they let him go. I truly don't think it's the head coach. I think it's Allen. I think they need to give somebody else a try or something like that. I don't know. But OJ, what's your thought? Do you believe that they should let the head coach go for
So
Buffalo?
you think they need to get rid of Josh Allen?
No, not get rid of him. Just have him be in the back for a little bit, then try a different QB.
That's you gonna bitch Josh Allen?
So, I don't know. I don't know. They got rid of the coach, so I don't.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they should have got rid of the coach. I just think they need to draft better.
No, I'm just saying. After all this, if they got rid of the head coach, they bring a new coach, and they still garbage. What should they do now?
Oh,
yeah,
then you blow it up, and then yes, you trade Josh Allen.
yeah. Yeah.
Because-
I should have said that in the beginning. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because you're gonna get something for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that his window is starting to close because he's getting older, and maybe that's true. We'll see. But right now, he's still a top 5 quarterback. You might have your reservations because he can't win the big games, but statistically, usually he's a top 5 quarterback, and he does make some amazing plays. You can't bench, and there has to be considerably a good reason to blow up that team. What they need to do is, I don't think they should have got rid of the coach. I think the coaching staff was fine.
Yeah.
I think it was more of getting players in. And a lot of people are blaming the GM and saying that the GM who actually got a promotion, so I'm not sure he's the GM no more, or will be in charge of, getting players drafted and finding new people. I'm not sure about that. But I think it's more the construction of the team and who, they got. They have some good weapons, but they could have some better ones. That defense definitely needs to get better. Excuse me. I think time and time again, we all get excited for good offenses, but it's a good defense that's going to win you a championship. It's great to have a good offense, so just in case your defense does batter another great offense, and it's hard for them to stop, they can actually, get some help back there. But again, time and time and time again, it has always been a great defense beats a great offense. Every time in the Super Bowl that it's been the number 1 defense versus the number 1 offense, the number 1 defense has always won. So, with that being said, they got to get better on that defensive side of the ball.
If they do, and they still pull the same stunt next year, hell, they don't even make it to the playoff next year. Then what's the solution?
I want to say something about it real quick.
Yeah.
I disagree with you, LJ, in the sense that the coach shouldn't have been fired. I think he should have. There's only so much you can run it back and get the same result and be like, what are we doing? The Bills losing the same spot every year, So it was time. I think the GM should have been fired too, because they didn't put any. When it seemed like when they lost Stephon Diggs, they lost their receiving core.
Right.
Because Khalil Shakir is not a number 1. Keon Coleman is not a number 1. So it's like they wasn't drafting good. So what are they doing over there? So I disagree that I think he should have been fired. I think he was rightfully fired personally. But other than that, though, like they need to get a coach in there and a GM well, not a GM because stayed there, got promoted for some. I don't know what's going on over there. To where guys doing a bad job but gets promoted. Like I don't. Where are those qualifications at? Like, but yeah. So that's my thoughts on it.
To be honest, I don't know because at this point they like the Dallas Cowboys. They basically like them. What the Dallas Cowboys got to do, I don't I don't know. They barely make the damn playoffs. And I don't know. Josh, like I said, Josh Allen is a good QB. He is, but it's just I don't even think it's even Josh Allen's fault. It's just these teams are just that damn good now. Like they're not losing to bad teams. They're losing to very, very elite teams. Not like bad. They just losing them by one touchdown or one field goal. And then the reason why they losing like that is because, of just mistakes. So to be honest with you, I really don't believe anybody should have been fired. Sadly, they just did, poorly mistakes. He just had them turnovers early, and it just led to them losing. So I don't know, cause they came, like LJ said, they came back. They damn sure came back. They were down damn near about 10 points when I saw it. So they came back, but it just mistakes happen. I don't believe it was the coach's fault, the coordinator's fault. It just sadly Josh Allen just had too many turnovers. So I don't know. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not in the NFL. If somebody came to me and said, okay, how do we fix the Bills? I tell them straight up, look, I don't know. To be honest with you, it looked like they got it down pat. They just need to figure out. They just need to stop making these mistakes and turnovers, and they get to go. But so I don't know. But we gotta talk. We gotta talk about Houston because they were clowning what you call it because he was talking all that noise on social media just to end up losing. So how y'all feel about Houston losing?
CJ Stroud played terrible. Like I don't even know if you could call it terrible. Like it was bad. Now I will give him a small caveat. His offensive line was bad, so he had to start chucking it after a while. But you can't just chuck it the way he was doing.
He literally passed the ball to their hands.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Carlton Davis had 0 interceptions on the year. Had 2 in that game.
Right.
Like it's just like stuff like that can't happen in the playoffs. And if we're being honest, he didn't play good against the Steelers either. Just that the defense was carrying him. So I don't know. It's that one I 100% put the blame on CJ Stroud. Nobody else shares that blame to CJ.
LJ, what you think?
I just thought the Texans just sucked. Now the defense was really, really good.
That defense was legendary this year. Like seriously.
I just always thought that Texans offense just sucked. I really did. I saw a couple of games and every time I saw it, I was just like, that's not a good offense. Really not. So I'm not surprised by this outcome at all. Actually, kind of surprised that they made it back first round to put the play in, but I really don't know what to say about it because I feel like this was a foregone conclusion. Like this should have happened. So, yeah, I just that offense just sucks, man.
It was bad.
All I gotta say is this. Them boys, I don't know what they was feeding Well, before I even say that, Jalen Hurts. They was clowning Jalen Hurts. 'Cause I don't know what you talk about. I don't even know what you talk about this. How y'all feel about Jalen Hurts' performance? Because they were clowning him. How y'all what y'all think?
In the first round, it wasn't good. I
Right.
mean, but some of it was AJ Brown's fault. He was dropping a lot of passes, so like I can't really put too much on Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts is you know what you get from him, and you either take it or you don't play Jalen Hurts. I mean,
Don't play Jalen.
there's no surprises when it comes to Jalen Hurts.
Right. That's what you think.
I the Eagles. That's another offense that gotta get their stuff together next year because ain't no way you're the Super Bowl champs and you just do that. And you have two really good uh, receivers. Now, yes, AJ Brown dropped a lot of passes after b- whining about not getting enough passes thrown his way. He finally got his chance, and it just did not. Just looked like he wasn't catching nothing that game. Don't know what happened there, but still, this whole season just did not look good from them when it came to um, how they was playing offensively, and I, I just think that's just was just so bad. So I don't know what they need to change for next year. I think they're gonna this is just me partially thinking. I think they're getting rid of AJ Brown because I think they're tired of him being a diva. Um, we see what happens then if they go get them another wide receiver, which hopefully they do. But it's that one. Now I know how you was talking about the Josh Allen one. That one might be one that you actually might have to break up sooner than later, and you actually have a reason for that one because you really just like I don't know what to do with this offense anymore because Josh Jalen Hurts does not look good. We have Saquon Barkley. We could probably keep him. We could probably keep Devontae Smith, but honestly, that might be a rebuild moment if they don't get their stuff together offensively.
I saw they should have did some. Was it earlier or it was it was somewhere between the middle, close to the middle. They should have did some when AJ or whoever came out saying how Jalen Hurts, another player, and AJ had like a call or a meeting or something, and that's when the beef started. They should have been did something right then and there, cause not, cause since y'all didn't do anything, ever since that moment, it's been some between AJ Brown. AJ Brown was going off on Jalen Hurts on the sideline. Then now you got your head coach fussing at players on the sideline on national TV and all that. It just looked horrible from the beginning. And I was like, yeah, this team don't look well, and it ain't look like how it was last year. So I don't know if Jalen Brown is the issue, if you need to trade him to bring somebody in to be more disciplined, or if y'all just need a damn counselor and be like, hey, look here, everybody need to stop bumping heads and just come together as a team. So next year we won't get kicked out the first round because this year we look horrible as a team. Hell, I wouldn't even consider us a team because half the damn time y'all was arguing with each other on the sideline, damn them about to punch each other. So they should have been did some early on in the season. I saw it when they was in that locker room, and AJ Brown was like, yeah, somebody I ain't get a text message from Jalen Hurts or something, I don't know, but yeah, they should have been did some. And then look what happened. Y'all got kicked out the first round. So if AJ is gonna stay next year, they just need to sit down with each other, talk it out, come together, and then just go from there. Because how AJ is going right now, and him and Jalen Hurts, how he allegedly saying Jalen Hurts is purposely not giving him reps in the game and throwing him the ball. If that is true, then they just need to figure that out. because that didn't look like a team. I won't say that. That didn't look like a Super Bowl team this year. So I don't know. I don't know. So they just need to figure something out. But before we go, we gotta get our predictions. I already said mine. I said Patriots and Seattle. But LJ, who you think gonna be in the Super Bowl?
I think it has to be those two. You really no other choice. I would be. I think it's the Seahawks number one, no matter what, because that defense is just way too good.
Right.
I can't see the Rams beating them. And then for the Broncos versus Patriots, the only way I see the Patriots losing is if the Broncos defense score about 10 points and keep the Patriots below 10, and maybe Jared Stidham can contribute by getting them in multiple field goals, getting them in field goal range, and the kicker hitting multiple field goals.
Right.
Other than that, that's the only game I see, and it's weird to say that's going to be the upset since the Broncos is the number one seed. But like with Bo Nix out, it just feels like it's just way too much for them. So yeah.
Yeah, who you got?
I disagree. I got the Rams
Ooh.
being the Seahawks.
You been going hard with the Rams this year.
I'm not going hard. I just like the Rams defense. I like the Rams pass rush. They got a really good pass rush, and while I do like Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, I just think the Rams, because they've been to Super Bowl before with McVay and stuff like that, and you can say they don't have Aaron Donald, but they got Jared Verse who's a monster. He's no Aaron Donald because Aaron Donald's an alien, but like Jared Verse is really good. Their whole D line gets to the quarterback. Linebackers are decent. Their DBs are a little questionable, but they get the job done. So, and then I never will count out Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and you got Williams in the backfield. So like, I'm not planning a funeral for a team that's that good. You know, I'll plan the Broncos' funeral. They're done. They're done. You know, I'm mad that the Bills didn't win that game, so we'd have to deal with a broken ankle, Bo Nix. Like the Bills. I mean, the Bills. Like you're gonna lose, and the next week we can't even get a good quarterback. Like, come on now. So, but I had the Patriots and the Rams.
I keep on saying, I got Seattle and the Patriots. This Seattle team, I don't know what they got. Them players hungry on Seattle. To be honest with you, I got Seattle taking the whole thing. But yeah, that Seattle team just looks some serious this year. And then without a doubt, I got the Patriots. I've been saying the Patriots since the beginning, but I most definitely got them now since Bo ain't playing. So, but we'll see though. But Dad, before we head out, what's your closing remarks to all the people that are listening?
Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us, watching us, and shout out to Jimmy Butler, who tore his ACL. I feel bad for him, but hopefully he gets better, get well soon, and he won't be back till next year. So.
I would say something, but I can't, because he gave his whole entire heart in Miami, so I'm not gonna say nothing. He did way more than expected for Miami.
I say it. He should have never left Miami.
I was finna say that, but
I say it.
I'll say it. Pat Riley should have got him somebody else besides Tyler Hero.
See, here's
Agreed.
I'm like, we are not finna get. Look, that could be a whole damn 2-3 hour special. Me and LJ been saying this from the beginning of time. He needed help. Dame was supposed to go to Miami. I don't know what the hell happened. He even fucking bought a damn. He was about to buy a house. The sources even said he was going to Miami. I believe he was damn near in Miami at the time when they about to trade him. Then Portland made a statement saying, "Hey, we're not sending him to Miami because even though that's where he want to go, we're not finna allow it. We gonna send him to wherever we want him to send. We want to send him." And soon as they announced him going to Milwaukee, that's what I told LJ this. I text LJ this. Just soon as they dropped him going to Milwaukee, I told LJ this. I text him. I'm saying, I guarantee you, Jimmy Butler is not finna stay in Miami any longer. Once they announced him going to Milwaukee, I already knew for a fact Jimmy Butler finna leave Miami. And soon as that happened, a year or two later, boom, Jimmy Butler left. After they went to that finals and he didn't get no help that following year, he left. And I don't even blame him. We've been saying it for the longest. Jimmy Butler need help. Tyler Hero was just, I don't know what they were feeding him plays in the bubble. But everybody had a goddamn 99 overall jump shot in the bubble. Tyler Hero was just special in the bubble. Out of nowhere, boom, now he can barely shoot a damn three. Now he goddamn damn, I forgot the dude who went to Dallas. Anthony, whatever his name is. He who's taking hurt. Anthony Davis. Now he like Anthony Davis. He stayed hurt. He not healthy. I've been saying that for the longest. They should have been got him some help. I said that, LJ. You don't gotta say anything. I said. But you go ahead and say your closing remarks, LJ.
I mean, that was my closing remark. My closing remark was he should have never left Miami, but Dan is also right in saying that they should have got him help.
We've been saying true Miami Heat players knew that he needed help after the bubble. We've been saying that after the bubble. Why on earth do they want to build around Bam? I don't know.
I actually like Bam.
Bam is good.
I think everybody likes Bam. It's just we realize he's not that guy.
He's not that guy. He's not the guy where you're supposed to build around him. They trying to make him off like Dwayne Wade. They build a team off Dwayne Wade. That's how Miami is trying to make Bam. Bam is a team captain. I understand him being a team captain, but you should not try to make a team around Bam because he's not going to be consistent like Dwayne Wade was. Why on earth they trying to do that with Bam? I don't know. They should have did that with Jimmy Butler and go from there.
If I had to say, Bam is out of the big three. Bam is like Chris Bosh.
Yeah,
he was the third option. He's your defensive guy. He's your rebounder.
Right. And why on earth are they trying to please him and make him the franchise player and build a team around him? I truly don't know. But Bam is good. We're not saying Bam is garbage. Bam is good. Jimmy Butler and Bam was amazing. We just needed one more person to get the heat off of Jimmy. Jimmy was damn near about to kill himself, taking us to the finals 2 years in Miami. He literally put his whole entire body on the line and his soul on the line to get us to the finals. And he didn't have nobody help. Like I said, they shouldn't have tried to build a team around Bam. They should have found a way to build a team around Jimmy and got somebody like somebody better than Hurts. I said Hurts. Hero and go from there. Hell, at the time, I wouldn't even say get Ja Morant. Somebody like Ja Morant, I don't care. Jimmy would have put him in check. They should have got Ja Morant. I would have been better off with Klay Thompson. Shit. But we ain't getting nobody, so I don't know. But LJ, that's all you had to say, LJ.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all I gotta say too. That's all I gotta say. That's my closing remarks. A true Heat fan knows that we didn't want Jimmy Butler to go, but we understand why he left. We understand, and we're not pissed off about it. We know why he left. It was just sad that we saw him leave, but we understand at the same time. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not like LJ. I wouldn't wish that upon nobody, because that ACL scare, you'll come back a whole different person.
I ain't wish nobody ACL to be torn. I didn't say that. All I said is I wish he didn't leave. He should have never left Miami. Yeah. Ever since he gone out there, it's been a mess.
It's been a mess, and it been hurt more than he been playing in Miami.
Right. It's like Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis was getting hurt in the Lakers. Yeah. But like it's like every time he step on the court for Dallas,
he get hurt.
He get hurt. It don't make no sense.
No. Yeah. But like I said, a true Miami Heat fan, we're not mad at them. We understand them. We're just mad at the office, because we've been preaching for the longest to give this man some help, and they never gave us some help. So I don't know. But other than that, my name is Randall. With me, as always, my boy LJ, and the OG dad himself. And together we go by the name of the 2 for 1 Special Podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoy this week's episode, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.